Now on KX News, an oil train derailment led to a fiery scene near Harvey this morning. We'll see what's happening there.
Plus, the Sawyer School superintendent made his first court appearance today in a human trafficking case.
And we'll talk with the head of the Sawyer School Board, talking in the wake of that news.
KX News starts now.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. A derailment and fire involving a crude oil train forced the evacuation of a small North Dakota town this morning in Wells County.
No injuries have been reported, but the town of Heimdal was evacuated, as were two nearby farmsteads, after 6 cars of a Burlington Northern Santa Fe train derailed and the crude oil in them spilled and caught on fire. A BNSF official says 107 of the 109 cars on the train were carrying crude oil. An official in the governor's office says the oil had been loaded in the Tioga area. The derailment happened about a mile west of Heimdal, which is located east of Harvey and north of Fessenden in central North Dakota. About 40 people altogether were forced to evacuate while emergency crews from several nearby towns responded to the derailment site. The man who first alerted authorities to the derailment told us what he saw and felt.
I heard an explosion. I looked out my bathroom window and I could see black smoke rising from the area of the railroad. Figured that didn't look good or sound good. So I immediately ran out to my garage, got in my car, drove down there.
Wells County Commissioner said the steady rain helped to keep the fire from spreading as crews planned to let the fire itself burn out. North Dakota Governor Jack Dalrymple visited the scene this afternoon and praised the efforts of emergency responders. North Dakota Congressman Kevin Kramer said the situation will help responders continue to develop their ability to respond safely and effectively.
To see how a scene plays out, to see how a community responds, to see how a fire burns, all of that will be helpful as we now monitor the new rule and see if it's adequate.
As of now, a BNSF official says there are still 2 cars burning at the scene of the derailment. Federal investigators will be looking into what happened to cause that derailment.
Now, KX Weather First Look.
Well, shifting gears a little bit, the soaking rain has begun to fall and has been falling for about 5 or 6 hours across our viewing area, and some spots getting already over a half-inch of rain, including here at the KX studios. Here's a look at our HD precision radar, and there's a line of very small little thunder showers moving through. Most of it's east of Highway 83. The darker green around Lignite would be a little heavier rain around McCody, and Garrison, just to the east of Garrison, looks like a little bit of rain as well. And as far as heavy rain and rain amounts, this is a little bit light because it's not showing over a half-inch at our studios, and we definitely got it. But you can see there were some soaking rain areas, or areas that got soaked, and I've got a complete outlook on the weather coming up.
All right, Tom, thanks. A $250,000 cash bond has been set for the principal and superintendent of Sawyer School. 50-year-old Charles William Soper has been charged with human trafficking and 2 other felonies. In addition to the $250,000 bond, Judge Doug Mattson ordered no internet access and no contact with minors. According to the affidavit, Soper contacted a 15-year-old boy through social media in November of 2014 and developed a relationship that lasted through this spring. Court records state that the boy met with Soper on 11 occasions. Records say most of those encounters included a third unidentified male. Police say the boy disclosed details of the relationship in an interview with investigators, and enough evidence was gathered for Soper's arrest.
There's absolutely no way that I could afford that bond, and I have no priors, I have no prior felony charges or convictions, I have no record whatsoever. And I do deny the charges. I don't believe that that bond is fair.
Soper is facing charges of human trafficking, a Class AA felony with a maximum sentence of life in prison, luring minors by computer, and corruption or solicitation of minors, both Class C felonies with a maximum 5-year prison sentences.
Sawyer School Board President Cody Rutlick says that Soper has been placed on administrative leave as he faces those charges. Rutlick says the elementary principal will be acting as the building administrator through the rest of the month, the rest of this school year, and says that the school board has reached out to a retired superintendent in the area to help out. Graduation at Sawyer is coming up on May 24th. The Sawyer School Board President says that the final month of classes will be focused on keeping the school routine as normal as possible for the students.
We've got a great staff that is doing all they can to keep everything as normal as possible for these students. No, we just appreciate the support that has been given. People have been reaching out and letting us know that they're there for us. So that means a lot to the school and the community.
Rudlick says a full-time counselor is on staff and being made available for students.
A Minot woman's conviction of attempted murder was reviewed by the state Supreme Court today. Heather Levitt was found guilty of attempted murder in the stabbing of her husband in February of 2014. Her attorney argued to the Supreme Court that the district court in her trial should have suppressed evidence obtained through a search warrant because there was no probable cause for a search. Levitt's attorney also argued a photo admitted into evidence in the trial had been altered by the prosecution and should not have been admitted as evidence. The High Court is expected to make a ruling in the case this summer.
About 100 Enbridge employees from North Dakota and other states met at the Grand Hotel in Minot today for computer-simulated safety training. Enbridge staff met a couple of times each year to go over the emergency protocol, and facilitators of this session say one of the biggest responsibilities for their employees is knowing what to do if a pipeline break does occur.
It's our company value that safety, integrity, and respect, and we want to be able to be prepared to respond in this type of an event to remediate to the full extent as necessary.
There's also a practical application of what the trainees learned. Near Towner, Enbridge set up a staged scene of what they would do for an 1,800-barrel pipeline spill if it went into a nearby water supply. Within minutes of the leak, the nearest impacted pipeline valve would be shut down. Water barriers would be installed to prevent oil traveling downstream, and then responders would begin skimming much of the oil off the top of the water. A helicopter will also be performing an air patrol of an area such as that if it actually happened. Once the oil is separated and decontaminated, it is reused by Enbridge. Employees say the company has almost 16,000 miles of pipe in North America that they monitor every day.
Anytime that you have a potential for emergency, if you don't practice that emergency ahead of time, you may not have 100% coverage of everything, every idea that you're going to have, but the more you practice, the better you're going to respond in that emergency.
Officials say if this type of oil spill had been real, between 700 and 1,000 workers would be working around the clock for days, perhaps weeks, to clean up. Enbridge staff members are also charged with spotting any property or wildlife that was hurt by a spill, because the company is trying to make those situations right as well.
Coming up on KX News, Farm Rescue returned to the field this week to help a farmer near Drake. That's after Tom's rain update.
Yeah, we've got showers and maybe some small thunderstorms on the way tonight. The details are a couple of minutes away on KX News this air.
This is KX News with Jim Olsen and Kelly Volk, meteorologist Tom Schrader, and Mike Elm Sports.
It's time to unwrap summer. Taco John's Summer of Tacos, when we're introducing new original tacos all season long. We do tacos, you do summer. Taco John's, unwrap the original.
Your wife has given you the most precious gift you have, your family. She does so much to make every moment special for you and your children.
This Mother's Day, show her your love and appreciation with beautiful jewelry.
Whether it's with gold and diamonds, pearls, or colored gemstones, remind her of the path you've traveled together.
She surprises you in subtle ways every day. Isn't it time you return the favor in a big way? Visit Knoll's Jewelry in the 20th Avenue Mall.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
For the best rates and coverage, call your local Auto Owners Insurance agent. In North Dakota, we're First Western Insurance.
It's an open top, out till close kind of night. Fueled by Taco John's Street Tacos. The Street Tacos Trio, just $5 for the Summer of Tacos. Our new pass to the after party. Taco John's, unwrap the original.
to the public for 3 days only. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Don Bissett Motors will offer vehicles with payments as low as $99 a month. We have over 300 vehicles and more are arriving daily. Your trade-in is welcome. $3 million in credit will be available for this event. If you've had credit problems in the past, we have bank sources aggressively seeking new accounts. Hurry, this public sale ends Saturday at Don Bissett Motors.
KX Weather is brought to you by Slumberland Furniture, the area's best furniture and mattress values.
We're taking a look at the almanac. 63 was the high in Minot today, one below the average, a low of 51.
It was a nice rainy day across western North Dakota. 63 in Williston and pretty low, pretty high overnight lows, 53 degrees. And Tom's here to tell us about the rain now.
Yeah, and boy, we have had some rain, some soaking rain. A lot of farmers calling it much needed rain. I know there's some spots in the north that aren't really thrilled about all the rain, but overall statewide, we certainly did need it. Now, here's a kind of an overview of what's going on with the radar. Several little bands and certainly some breaks. It looks like the heaviest rain just east of Highway 83. So let's take a little closer look right now. And if you're new to North Dakota and you haven't seen a lot of severe weather, these are not severe storms, but we could have some thunder and lightning tonight. That's where we would see the yellows and oranges right here. And it's going generally straight north. That's called training. And so we would tend to get the heavier rain east of Highway 83 in this band right now, and also up around Lignite and where you see the darker greens just to the west of Kenmare, we might have a little heavier rain. And even down around Beulah, you can see this line right through here. So this is all where we would have some thunder showers or at least moderately heavy rain. And here's another view right now. So this whole line most of this line is going to miss the city of Minot. So if you're east of Minot by maybe Surrey and Granville, you might be getting, and then points to the north, Towner, Upham area, you might be getting some heavier rain tonight. But the heaviest rain at this point appears to look like it's going to miss the city of Minot. Now I want to show you something here on rain totals. I checked our rain gauge right before the newscast. We had 54 hundredths, and the radar is not indicating that quite yet, so it's reading a little bit light. Having said that, there are spots that have gotten over 1 inch of rain already, and you can see here around Garrison, maybe inch and a half of rain, and that's certainly plausible with a little thunder showers that move through, and we're not done. So the thunderstorms or thunder showers are going to be a real big player on the heavier rain amounts. Otherwise, it's going to be the same type of rain that most of us have had throughout the day, more of a slow, gentle rain. And there is a little bit of lightning. And right now we have, well, one lightning strike just north of Minot. That would be up towards Glenburn. Seeing a little lightning. Also the southern part of Ward County, northern McLean County, some lightning down around Beulah and Glen Ullin. So that's not a big night of lightning, but still some small little thunderstorms. So for tonight, scattered showers. It'll be breezy tonight with wind 20, 25 miles an hour at times. Tomorrow, the rain will move east. It'll be cool and a bit windy. Now, it might even be raining when you get up in the morning. In many areas, it probably will be. But the rain will track to the southeast tomorrow, and then we'll start seeing the sunshine in the northwest, and it's going to be a little bit windy, too. And then on Friday, partly sunny, dry, but it'll be cool as well on Friday. I think we'll see daytime highs in the 50s on Friday. And then for the weekend, cool highs. There might be some rain on Sunday. It's going to actually be a very big system for the rest of the country, this one on Sunday. It won't be that big a deal for us. At this point, it looks like the rain will be in the southern part of the state, but if you've got relatives in Oklahoma and Kansas and Arkansas, they're getting set up for a big weekend of lousy weather. So as we take a look at the temperature right now, 61 degrees in Minot, the temperature in Williston, 53 degrees. Here's a look at the 7-day outlook, and overall, what I notice here is cooler temperatures. We've got a little cool trend on the way for a while. I don't see any big warm-ups anytime soon, and there is that chance of rain on Mother's Day, but a much better chance if you're like watching south of Garrison.
Okay.
But we'll have updated totals and everything tonight at 10.
People generally were happy to see the rain, though, today.
Most people I talked to, yeah.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. Coming up on KX News, we'll head to Valva tonight to meet the senior at the top of the class.
First, though, are you ready for some football? Mike Elm talks about spring football and sports coming up in just a little bit.
Skycam brought to you by Swenson RV and Marine and Tracker Boats. See our huge selection and unbeatable pricing on Tracker Boats and pontoons.
Today's soil temperatures are brought to you by Bremer Bank, financial solutions for your ag business.
Why Mid-Continent Business Solutions? Well, let's start with what I don't need. People selling me crazy new phone equipment or web gizmos. What I need are phones that work, fast internet connection, and a way to save a nickel on every unit we make. My consultant at Mid-Continent worked with me, figured out just what technology I needed. It was totally custom. Now I can figure out how to save that nickel. Speaking of which, I got to get back to the shop.
Mid-Continent Business Solutions. Internet, phone, cable TV, and more.
Wendy's new jalapeno fresco chicken is so deliciously hot, it's generating reactions from everyone.
Jalapeno ring sunglasses, fire flame, fire flame.
Hands clapping, thumbs up.
Wendy's new jalapeno fresco, our signature spicy chicken with fresh jalapenos and ghost pepper sauce. How will you react?
Dad! Hey, Ben. Help me take a look at this thing in the garage.
Was the old Craftsman running out of steam?
No, but since it's yours now, I'd say it's due for a tune-up.
Mine, though. Come on, Dad, you love this thing.
Yeah, well, I want you to have
A new one?
it. Yeah.
Really?
What?
Sears and Craftsman, trusted for generations. This week at Sears, get up to 25% off Craftsman Power Lawn and Garden.
This Mother's Day, there's more for Mom at Gordman's. More name brand gifts when you save up to 60% off department store prices every day. Plus, earn $10 G-Money good for a future purchase. Gordman's, something unexpected.
Markets are from CHS Sun Prairie today. 14% spring wheat is up 13 cents at $4.93. Malting barley closed at $4.75. Sunflowers and flax both unchanged. Soybeans down 3 cents at $8.52. Canola is down 8 cents. Live cattle and feeder cattle are down. Lean hogs closed up. North Dakota sweet crude oil is up 75 cents at $46.25. Dow Jones and NASDAQ closed down. Today's most active, Bank of America and Apple.
Got spring on your mind? Now at Slumberland, it's a breath of fresh. Think new colors and textures. Like this sofa for just $4.99. New looks, new ideas. Slumberland, it's a good life.
Everyday fairy tales come true with Riddle's Jewelry.
Sealy makes the beds America sleeps best on. For support, value, durability. Sealy at Slumberland. Get 60% off a Sealy Queen set for just $3.99. Slumberland, it's a good life.
Eye on Ag is brought to you by Gooseneck Implement.
Earlier in the week, we brought you the story of a farm family battling cancer while trying to plant this year's crop. With the help of Farm Rescue, that family's crop was seeded. And in this week's Eye on Agriculture, Bonnie Campo takes us to Drake to meet a man with a broken back in a similar situation.
After 40 years of successful farming, Myron Bloomhagen didn't have any idea that fixing his barn's broken skylight would prevent him from seeding this year's crop.
And I thought, well, I'll just take one step, see if it's slippery. If it is, I'll just go back down the ladder. Well, it was slippery, and somehow the ladder just was not there when I tried to go back down. And so down I went, and for some reason I did not have my cell phone on me, so I had to crawl to the house.
Bloomhagen used to be an EMT and knew what to do, but because he had a broken back, it took him more than 30 minutes to travel about 30 feet back to his door and call for help. It's been about 2 weeks since the accident, and he says while he's getting stronger every day, his farm needed help too. He thanks God Farm Rescue was nearby.
It's just beyond words, the response that I've had from friends, neighbors, family, even people that I don't know, the offers to help.
We can't plan for injuries. We can't plan for accidents, and that's typically where we get those last-minute calls. And if we're in the area and it works into the schedule, great.
Tumbling from Farm Rescue's tractor, Bloomhagen's future soybean harvest. He was the 312th farmer assisted by Farm Rescue in just 10 years of its operation, and at the end of this season, that number could reach 330.
Sometimes we plan for 20 cases in the season, and we end up doing 24, 25, just because the need is there.
Bloomhagen says he knows that when volunteer farmers take on extra fields, it's more time away from their own families. He's just glad they could make it, so he can focus on growing stronger.
I feel so lucky to be able to look forward to pretty much a full recovery.
The recovery will take Bloomhagen a couple of months, but he says with help from Farm Rescue and his family, everything in his fields are falling right into place. In Minot, Bonnie Campo, KX News.
All right, it's time to talk football.
It is, and you know, it's always a good time to talk some football. We have a football team that is getting ready to go. We'll hear about them coming up next.
Local weather anytime on your smartphone. Download the KX Weather app today.
Thrifty White Pharmacy's online drugstore offers thousands of health and beauty products at everyday low prices from the convenience of your home. Find your favorite brands and the newest products, as well as an expanded selection of home and office supplies, pet supplies, toys and games, and much more. Click and shop at thriftywhite.com. You can quickly find the products that will fit your budget and your busy lifestyle at Thrifty White Pharmacy's online drugstore.
When you smoke, it affects more than just your health. I love to dance. That's something that I handed down to my family. I was pretty good at it too, before my doctor told me that secondhand smoke at work caused me to have asthma attacks, infections, and lung damage. And I never smoked.
Stroke is called brain attack. The other name is cerebrovascular accident or SALT. All of a sudden, your brain is interrupted with the blood supply, either from a clot or there may be interruption of the blood vessels.
Know the warning signs of a stroke. FAST. F is one side of the face drooping. A, when raising both arms, does one arm drift downward? S, is speech slurred or strange? T, time to call 911.
Stroke can affect any person at any age, but it's the elderly that are the target of stroke. We know that if you smoke, if you have high blood pressure, if you have diabetes, your obesity, or if you have obstructive sleep apnea, can put you at high risk for the stroke as compared to the other person.
Visit with your primary care physician about your risk factors for stroke. To schedule an appointment, call 701-530-5550.
Check us out anytime at kxnet.com or facebook.com/KXNewsMinot.
For most football players, their careers come to an end after their high school or college playing days. For the members of the Minot Oilers semi-professional football team, that's not the case as they continue their competitive love of the sport. John Duran has more.
There comes a day when everyone must hang up the cleats and move on from playing the game of football. But if you play on a semi-professional team like the Minot Oilers, you can hold that day off just a little bit longer, all for the love of the game.
We don't get paid to play out here. We just love to play. We love the camaraderie, and a lot of guys miss playing. They haven't played since high school, or they used to play in college, and they still feel like they got it, you know? So it's something to do, and gets the competitive juices flowing.
You know, with high school and college, you're almost playing for, you know, I don't want to say playing for a scholarship, but, you know, you're playing for certain reasons. And here, we just want to have fun. You know, nobody's forcing us to be here. Nobody is pushing us to be at practices. Nobody is pushing us to show up. You know, we're here because we want to be here. We want to play ball. We want to strap up again. We want to see what we got.
Fielding a team was no easy task for the Oilers as well. After all, the team consists of adults with jobs, families, and any other commitments that can surely get in the way of a football game.
They all have lives. You know, it's not like in high school you just wait for the bell to ring and the kids come out to the field. These folks here have families and things like that, so there's more to it than just the player.
You're dealing with adults, so we have families, we have jobs, we have personal obligations. So what I tell these guys is try to make it to, you know, as many practices as you can, at least be dedicated to the team. I know family is going to come first. I know jobs are going to come first, so we really don't hold that against anybody.
And if you're thinking of strapping on the pads to play for the Oilers, chances are you can. The experience level on the current roster ranges from former Division I college players to guys who have never played full contact football.
You know, there's a couple guys who strapped on shoulder pads for the first time a couple weeks ago. But the majority, we do got a lot of really good college athletes that are out here. You know, my snapper, he played at Texas State. I know one of our running backs, he played for another D1 school.
Whatever your football background may be, these guys look forward to the exercise, camaraderie, and for some, maybe an opportunity to prove to themselves they don't have to hang those cleats up for a while.
Now I finally get to show what I got again.
In Minot, John Duran, KX Sports.
The Oilers opened up their season last weekend. They'll be at home this weekend when they host Bismarck. My State track team will travel to Sioux Falls this weekend for the NSIC Track and Field Championships. The Beavers are coming off of a school record performance last weekend in 2 events in Moorhead. Besides this being the final meet for many of the seniors on the team, it's also the last chance for some members to qualify for nationals.
We walk away from the meet at the end, and everybody's done everything they can, and they've got a season best at least, or a personal best. Then we can't ask for anything more. I mean, we've done everything we've worked to do, planned to do, got out there and competed with everybody.
And individually, hopefully get up there on the podium at the very top, and then hopefully break into the top 20 of nation would be my biggest goal.
If I run my best race, which I know I can because I've been having really good practices lately, and the last couple meets have gone really well for me, I feel like I can bump my time down in all my races and hopefully give me a chance at least to get up and make finals.
I'd really just like to get my time back down to where I know it can be. Getting into finals is huge, and I think, I don't know, I think I'm kind of expecting myself to, so I'll probably be a little disappointed if I don't.
All right, action begins Friday, 10 a.m. in Sioux Falls.
Good luck today.
You bet.
All right, Velva's our next stop in Student Spotlight, rather. That's after the break.
Hurry into Conlon's for 6 big days, the May Mega Savings. Everything at Conlon's is on sale. Save up to 70% on select items throughout the store. Plus, get 2 years interest-free financing. Remember, Conlon's May Mega Savings end Monday.
Can't go wrong with a Ford. Let's see what's new with America's best-selling brand, the 2015 Fusion. That'll turn some heads. In blue. No, ruby red. There, perfect. EcoBoost, huh? Can't say no to that MPG. Voice controls? That's really convenient. Plus a standard backup camera? Wow. And now I'll get a total savings of over $4,800 on a Fusion, starting for around $19,983? Better head to my local Northland Ford dealer today.
Hurry into Conlon's for 6 big days, the May Mega Savings. Everything at Conlon's is on sale. Save up to 70% on select items throughout the store. Plus, get 2 years interest-free financing. Remember, Conlon's May Mega Savings end Monday.
Save 14% on all flooring at Tollefson's Carpetland for 3 days only. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, save 14% on all carpet. Save 14% on all hardwood and laminate. Save 14% on all porcelain and ceramic tile. Save 14% on all vinyl and area rugs. This is a rare, limited time offer from Carpetland, Minot's premier flooring store. Save 14% on all flooring, 3 days only. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, only at Tollefson's Carpetland, next to Slumberland Furniture at 2100 South Broadway.
In a world made of rock, one company has the history, the horsepower, and the fleet to do whatever it takes to go the distance and deliver to you. Gravel Products.
Get rid of her the same as the others?
What if your child
That is my kid out there.
was sold to the highest bidder?
They're selling victims to serial killers.
What are they gonna do to us?
The stunning season finale.
Oh my God.
No one
We do not rest until she's home safe.
saw coming. Kate. Criminal Minds season finale. Then,
The online gaming world is a haven for cyber criminals.
CSI Cyber is raising the stakes.
We're still looking for the head of this snake.
New CSI Cyber after Criminal Minds season finale tonight.
Here's what's coming up tonight on KX in high definition.
As we continue our visits with top high school graduates in the region, we head to Velva tonight. Here's valedictorian Isaac efforts in our student spotlight.
I've had family here for years. I mean, my dad was a
youngest child of 13, and I've always had the family thing going on here, and I've really got to know the teachers over the years, so having that one-on-one conversations are really help. My favorite subject would be math because it just comes easy for me, and Mr. Ingebrigtsen really teaches it well here. But my favorite teacher would have to be Mrs. Lemire because she's really helped improve my writing skills overall. I've been in 3 sports: baseball, football, basketball. I've been in FBLA since sophomore year, Science Olympiad since 8th grade year, and I've went to a math team the past couple years. I plan on going to NDSU, majoring in crop and weed science, just like my dad.
So what would you like to do with that?
Well, my dad kind of travels around the country, sometimes to different continents, and he kind of just explains with the new herbicides that are coming out, and he tests them during the summer, and it seems pretty enjoyable, and I really like it.
Here are the top honor students for the class of 2015 in Velva. Congratulations to them and to all 23 graduates who will be getting their diplomas on May 31st.
First.
All right. Hey, here's a look at the radar. So there's a band of moderately heavy rain showers right through and east of Highway 83, and we've got off and on rain through tomorrow morning.
All right. Thanks for joining us.